Hello, I'm reading from Faces at the Bottom of the Well, and I want to read the chapter on space traders. I already did some lessons, did some videos on um, officially resegregating United States. So let's do space traders. First, January. The first surprise was not their arrival. The radio messages had begun weeks before, announcing that 1,000 ships from a star far out of space would land on 1 January 2000. And harbors along the Atlantic coast from Cape Cod to North Carolina. Well, before dawn on that day, millions of people across North America had wakened early to witness the moment the ships entered Earth's atmosphere. However expected to the watchers, children of the electronic age, the spaceship's approach was as awesome as had been that earlier one of three small ships. One October over 500 years before to the Indians on the island of Santo Domingo in the Caribbean. No, the first surprise was the ships themselves. The, the people who lined the beaches on New Jersey were the first ship scheduled to arrive saw not anything NASA might have dreamed up, but huge vessels the size of aircraft carriers, which the old men in the crowd recognized as being pretty much like the box-shaped landing craft that carried Allied troops to the Normandy beachheads during the Second World War. As the sun rose on the cold, bright morning, the people on the shore, including an anxious delegation of government officials and media reporters, witnessed a fantastic display of eerie lights and strange sound. Evidently, the visitors' salute to the American host. Almost unnoticed during the spectacle, the bow of the leading ship slowly lowered. A sizable party of visitors, the first beings from outer space anyone on Earth had ever seen, emerged and began moving majestically across the water toward shore. The shock of seeing these beings, regal in appearance and bearing, literally walking on the waves, was more thrilling than frightening. At least, no one panicked. Then came the second surprise. The leaders of this vast armada could speak English. Moreover, they spoke in the familiar, comforting tones of former President Ronald Reagan, or President Reagan, having dubbed his recorded voice into a computerized language translation system. After the initial greeting, the leader of the U.S. delegation opened his mouth to read his welcoming speech, only the first of several speeches scheduled to be given on this historic occasion by the leaders of both political parties and other eminent citizens, including, of course, stars of the entertainment and sports world. But before he could begin, the principal spokesperson for the space people, and it wasn't possible to know whether it was man or woman or something else entirely, raised a hand and spoke crisply and to the point. And this point constituted the third surprise. Those mammoth vessels carried within their holds treasure, of which the United States was in most desperate need. Gold, to bail out the almost bankrupt federal, state, and local governments. Special chemicals capable of unpolluting the environment, which was becoming daily more toxic, and restoring it to the pristine state it had been before Western explorers set foot on it. And a totally safe nuclear engine and fuel to relieve the nation's all but depleted supply of fossil fuel. It returned, the visitors wanted only one thing, and that was to take back to their home star all the African Americans who lived in the United States. The jaw of every one of the welcoming officials dropped. Not a word of the many speeches they had prepared suitable for the occasion. As the Americans stood in stupefied silence, the visitors' leader emphasized that the proposed trade was for the Americans freely to accept or not, that no force would be used. Neither then nor subsequently did the leader or any other of the visitors whom anchor persons on that evening's news show immediately labeled the space traders revealed why they wanted only black people or what plans they had for them. should the United States be prepared to part with that or any other group of its citizens? The leader only reiterated to his still dumbfounded audience that in exchange for the treasure they had brought, they wanted to take away every American citizen categorized as black on birth certificate or other official identification. The space traders said they would wait 16 days for a response to their offer. That is, on 17 January, the day when in that year the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr. was to be observed. They would depart carrying with them every black man, woman, and child in the nation, and leave behind untold treasure. Otherwise, the space traders' leader shrugged and glanced around at the oil slick in the water and the dead gulls on the beach, at the thick shadow of smog that obscured the sky on all but the windiest days. Then the visitors walked back over the waves and returned to their ships. And that is why you gotta love this book. And I've been thinking about for years doing a short story that's a sequel to this story. I have ideas in my head about what they do to the black people once they get them on the ships and what they do when they get them back to the home planet. And this is igniting that, sparking that flame again. So, um, aliens and slavery. And you're going to see what happens next. What America does legally um, to deal with these aliens. Until next time, I thank you for your support and take care of your mind, take care of your body, and please be safe.